Hi guys, and welcome to my review of ALiEN from 1979, directed by Ridley Scott. Or rather, should this be just an Alien appreciation video? Because yeah, this movie is just flawless. It really is. At least from like when I try and analyze it from a technical standpoint, there is not one technical fault I can put at this. This movie is essentially at its heart a very at its heart, it's a very simple story about these crew that are marooned in space, and they just get attacked by these alien creatures, and there's just nowhere for them to escape to, and they're just confined in this horror. But there are just so many elements to this movie that just make it so perfect. I really like the aesthetic of this movie. I really like the color palette. I mean, the interior of the spaceship is just really dirty, but it just fits the storytelling that they're making, and the atmosphere that they're going for. One other thing that's really unique here is for about the first half of this movie, it's not really clear about who the protagonist is. It's only really in the second half and it becomes more known. And this is another thing that's really inspirational about this movie, is the portrayal of our female protagonist Ripley, played by Sigourney Weaver. Because yeah, you do get this really influential portrayal of these swap between the traditional gender portrayals, where you have this strong female lead. You have this she ends up being the sole survivor of this horror. If you basically have that little swap of the dynamics, because you have obviously male characters here who are the ones that end up getting impregnated by the by the face huggers. So there's just a really nice kind of like shifting of the dynamics here. The special effects still really hold up really well. You have the iconic chest bursting scene, which again still really holds up really well. It takes this notion of just pregnancy and birth, and this idea that it can be a very natural and beautiful thing, and it just flips all that on its head and just makes it this monstrous thing. Yeah, so you just get this real paving the way for a lot of body horror that would follow the movie. So yeah, you basically have all that. Like I said, from a technical standpoint, it's just perfect. The special effects still hold up really well. Just really works on a visceral level. The design of the xenomorph here we get is just the coolest looking design for an alien I think we've ever gotten in all of sci-fi. And there's just something about how they are utilized here, with you have the face huggers and how they impregnate a host, and the design of a xenomorph, and how it opens its mouth to reveal another mouth. I mean, out all of this stuff, it just taps into these really deep psychological fears that the audience can have. And another thing that's really worth noting is is the way the xenomorph is utilised in this movie. It's similar to how the shark is utilised in Jaws, in the sense that we don't really see the xenomorph a lot in this movie, but its presence can just be felt just throughout this movie. And yeah, you there are two versions of this movie. You do have a theatrical cut, you have the director's cut, and the director's cut exists in this weird anomaly where it's actually marginally shorter than the theatrical cut, despite all the additional scenes and stuff that it adds into there. And the upshot of that is, but what we basically get is we get a slightly pacier film that just brings it more in line with the sequel that this film would get, ALiEN's, directed by James Cameron, which is a much more pacier and action orientated film, and I'll be doing my review of that, so I'll be elaborating on all of that in that video. But yeah, but for that reason, I do actually prefer the director's cut of this, which is which is an achievement in itself, because I had spent all these years just growing up watching the theatrical cut that we had got and just praising the hell out of it and just thinking that it was just, the perfect example of filmmaking. And so, when you get this alternate version, you go, how the hell are you going to, you can't improve on perfection, do you know what I mean? What on earth, can you change about this movie that would elevate it even more? And somehow Ridley Scott found a way of doing that, I think, not in any grand level. Like I said, I don't think that if you haven't seen the director's cut of it, I don't think you're missing anything, but it's just got this little sprinkling that just, just these little tweaks that just just make a difference, I think. But yeah, guys, just a really solid movie and a real staple mark in sci-fi and horror. And yeah, if you haven't watched this movie yet, then what are you doing? So yeah, I would recommend, if you haven't watched this movie, you need to get out and see this, because yeah, absolute staple mark for sci-fi, for horror, and yeah, just really nice stuff. So yeah, guys, that pretty much wraps up. So yeah, thank you guys for taking the time to watch this video. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, don't forget to ring that bell for notifications. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have seen both the theatrical cut and director's cut of this movie, let me know down in the comment section about what your thoughts are, as well as about this thoughts on this film in general. I will be reviewing all of the ALiEN films here. I'll be reviewing all of the Predator films here, and then once I've done all that, I'll be bringing these two together to rank all of the films together in the ALiEN and Predator franchise, from the worst to the best. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Yeah, until next time, I will see you guys in the next video.